Hey everybody, it's Paul Jr. here. Welcome to my Man vs. Minecraft video log 001. Today is February 18th, 2011, and I wanted to do this video because I'm getting a lot of questions and comments and suggestions and cross-eyed looks about my new series here, so I'm hoping to address some of those now. Click. What is Man vs. Minecraft? It's basically a gameplay series that I've concocted to kind of simulate a reality TV show like Man vs. Wild and Survivor Man. Basically using Minecraft as a virtual stage to tell a story as it unfolds through my gameplay and the unscripted dialogue. My sources of inspiration for the show, I've got 4 of them written here. I've got a lot more, but I could only fit 4 on the slide. One, Notch said he was going to add an adventure mode, and that was going to remove the ability to build and destroy blocks. It was also going to require eating and some other things that have to do with more of an adventure style gameplay rather than building and crafting. Number 2, there's thousands of Minecraft LPs out there. LP is Let's Play. And I wanted to try something new and different. I mean, seriously, how many wooden cobble houses can a guy build? I'm not very good at building anyway, so this was a perfect out for me. Number 3, many people commented on my tutorial videos saying it was kind of like watching an episode of Man vs. Wild, and that kind of made something go click in my head. So there's that. And number 4, in real life, I'm an outdoor enthusiast. I do a lot of extreme minimalist camping and kayaking, so Man vs. Minecraft was kind of a natural fit for me. The synopsis. I must survive alone in the dangerous world of Minecraft for 14 days without food, shelter, or tools. I have only one life and must adhere to a hardcore set of rules and limitations. By day, I'll be on the move, hunting for food, harvesting resources, and searching for shelter, while avoiding the many pitfalls of the hazardous Minecraft wilderness. At night, I'll hunker down in whatever shelter I can find and hide from terrible monsters that stalk in the darkness. Occasionally, I may sneak out from my secure shelter to hunt under the moonlight and to create dramatic effect. Hardcore rule set. You can play Minecraft in a lot of different ways. For this series, for Man vs. Minecraft, I've created a rule set that's kind of hardcore. And I've done that to deliberately make the game more challenging and more interesting for you. So I'm going to run down those rules. Victory conditions and goals. I have to survive for X number of days. Right now it's 14. I may change that. I have to reach a new biome every day and shelter in it. I'm playing a normal difficulty level. I am playing an Iron Man mode, which means if I die in the game, that's it. The show is over. I'll delete the world. Food and water rules. I must eat twice per day, once at sunrise, once at sunset. If I have food available, I can eat raw meat from a fresh kill as long as it's unspoiled, which means raw meat must be cooked by the day's end or it will spoil and I cannot eat it. So basically, all raw food that I have in my pack in the morning. So if I go into a shelter at night, I have raw food in my pack. By morning, it's spoiled, so I have to toss it. So in other words, I have to cook it. I must visit a fresh water source once per day, and that's presumably to grab a quick swig and refill my canteen. Healing rules. I can only heal by eating food, and that means a maximum of twice per day. So I can't just use food as if they're health kits. If I have 4 pieces of food and I've already eaten for the morning, I can't, if I'm down to 2 hearts, I can't just pop some pork to heal back up. Building and placing rules. I cannot build, period. Can't build, I can't place, can't build, cannot place any blocks into the world. Blah, get that out. Crafting rules. I can craft wood and stone tools only. And I can build 1 workbench and 1 furnace at each shelter. Tools rules, that rhymes. I must use the proper tool for the job. For instance, shovel for digging, X for chopping wood and clearing branches, and a pick for mining. So if I have the tool, I have to use it. And that forces me to utilize the tool, so it degrades, and that means I have to repair them or build new tools when I have the opportunity. So there's a lot of tactical decisions that come from that. Sheltering rules. I must use terrain for sheltering, which means a cave, a tree, an overhang, a ledge, a pit. I can cut unlimited brush for sheltering. I can dig and mine in my shelter, but digging and mining rules do apply, and I'll talk about that in a minute. I must shelter every single night, and that's where I do my crafting, building new tools, and ostensibly for sleeping. I can use all of my inventory slots in a shelter. So just pretend I'm stacking stuff on the ground, because I can, I haven't gotten to the carry rules yet, but I'm only using the 2 bottom rows. But in the shelter, I can use the entire inventory, and I'm just stacking stuff up on the ground in a role-play manner. Okay, and I cannot stay in the same shelter twice. Mining, digging, chopping. I can mine and dig X number of layers deep, either vertically or horizontally, as follows. I can mine stone 1 layer. I can dig into dirt up to 2 layers, and sand and gravel I can dig up to 3 layers. And that's just to prevent me from digging a tunnel straight into the side of a mountain and hiding in it. So I can only go, left or right, up or down, that many layers. I can mine coal ore, but no other ores. So no iron, no gold. They don't help me. I can't use them. I can chop 1 full tree per wood shelter per day. Now this is new. I haven't really been paying attention to that one rule, but I think that makes sense. Carry and travel rules. So here's where I was saying I can only utilize 2 rows of my inventory. The hot bar, where you carry stuff, and then 1 row above it. Now that only applies for when I'm traveling. It does not apply when I'm in a shelter or building my shelter or gathering around the shelter. It's only when I travel between shelters. I cannot carry furniture, so I have to leave any chest, a workbench, a furnace behind. Actually, I don't build chests. Can only carry terrain blocks like dirt, cobble, sand, and logs within close proximity to the shelter, so I can't carry them around between shelters. Max carry capacity when traveling between shelters. I can carry only 1 of any particular tool or weapon. If I have extra, I have to throw them out before I travel. I can carry up to 12 of any other single item. With the exception of arrows. Now this is a tricky one. I can carry 24 arrows if I build a quiver. Now a quiver is not a real item in the game. It's only a make-believe thing. And essentially what that means is if I have a leather boot and 1 piece of string, I'm fashioning that in roleplay terms into a quiver. I can put that anywhere in my upper inventory, and it will be a quiver and I can store arrows in it up to 24. And I can carry 24 feathers because they're little and light. Okay, most common questions. What is the purpose of Man vs. Minecraft? Well, it's the same as any TV show or Let's Play video, to engage and entertain the viewer, just for fun. That's too many rules, don't you think? Not really. I've play tested the rules quite a bit, actually, and I think the end result is a fair compromise. And keeps things challenging and fun, and without getting too bogged down in details. I had a lot more rules at one point. I had a lot fewer rules at another point as I play tested, and I think I've hit a pretty good balance so far. You say biome a lot. What is that? It's an area on the Earth's surface that has a specific set of climatic characteristics, like a rainforest, tundra, desert, and grasslands. So it's a climate. There are, in Minecraft, maybe 8 or 9 different climates. I'm not really sure. And they kind of mix and match. They kind of jumble together. It's hard to tell them apart sometime, but I try to point them out in the game. How do you do free cam to show your face? Well, I press F5 to switch to third person view, and then I hold down F1. Can I download the map? Not yet, but I will definitely make it available at the conclusion of the season. You had more than 12 items in your inventory. I thought 12 was the max. The max carry rules only apply when traveling between shelters, as I said before. There's no maximum when I'm actually in the shelter. Think of the extra items as if they're stacked on the ground around me. So if I have, I don't know, 16 pieces of coal, and it's dropped down near me, or 20 pieces of planks, or a stack of 20 planks. As long as I'm not traveling with that between shelters, it's okay. Just pretend that they're actually stacked on the ground somewhere in the shelter or near the shelter, and I'm using them off the stack. What I do before I leave is I pare the pack down and I leave any extra stuff behind. Question: you had 13 items when you were traveling. Are you a cheater? No. Cut me some slack. Listen, one extra item ain't going to break the camel's back. So if I leave the shelter and I've got 13 sticks, sometimes I don't waste time dropping that one stick if it's in the stack. I figure I can work a little harder that day. So yeah, I might have 13. It doesn't happen that often. You broke rule X. Did you cheat? No, I didn't cheat. Read the rules, watch closely. What you think was cheating probably wasn't, but occasionally I might slip up a tiny bit, like digging an extra layer or carrying one additional item, but it's not intentional. Why do you say stuff like, the water is cold and man, this stone is too heavy to carry? It's called role-playing. Just playing pretend. The intention is to create a bit of immersion for the viewer, make it seem more real rather than just playing a game. What do you use to record and edit? I use Fraps for recording and Adobe Premiere Elements 9 for editing and Media Coder for encoding, although I have been using Camtasia. I've been messing around with Camtasia Studio 7 and I kind of like it. Comments and suggestions. Many. Man vs. Wild is fake. This is more like Survivor Man. Les Stroud rules. All right, I prefer Survivor Man, honestly, but the title Man vs. Minecraft sounds better. It just seems to roll off the tongue. And so that's why I did Man vs. Minecraft. But I do like Survivor Man better. I think Les Stroud does rule. You should use Mo Creatures mod. And I probably will. In Season 1, I just wanted to play pure vanilla Minecraft. But next season, I might add Mo Creatures, which adds like lions and bears and ogres and all this other cool stuff. You said you can make a quiver, but notch-tick quivers out of the game. True. And I already said it's a pretend item. It just gives me the ability to carry twice as many arrows as I normally would. But I have to build that item. So I have to find the string and I have to build and I have to make boots. And I got some comments here from some people that I liked. SSJ3, Matanks, stay in shelter for 2 nights, allowing more time to hunt, craft forge without being so rushed. That's not a bad idea. Right now I am rushing from shelter to shelter. It doesn't seem like I have much time to think or plot and plan and strategize. So I might slow things down for next season. 11 Egg says, cut the camera out during the repetitious parts and cut back in when something interesting happens. Yeah, originally I wanted to record every moment of the game from start to finish 100%. And that seemed like a popular choice and everybody liked it. So I do like the idea of cutting out the real boring part. Sometimes I'm sitting in the shelter at night and there's not much to do and 5 or 6 minutes go by and I'm just looking at my inventory. It is boring. I try to make things a little bit more interesting by sometimes poking my head out of a shelter and trying to attract attention from a spider or a skeleton or something out there to make it more fun and spice it up a bit. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And Zalian says, using the free cam to pan around in search of danger just seems like cheating. And I did that once or twice in the early episodes. I don't do it anymore. I agree. Potential adjustments for Season 2, implement some type of scoring system. So yeah, I'd like to measure my performance through this game somehow. So I thought maybe we'll start at 100 points and I'll subtract 1 point for each broken rule. So if I broke 1 rule per day, for instance, I would end up with 86 points. I'll think about that. Number 2, use sheep wool for bedding and shelter. This is kind of cool. So sheep don't really serve any purpose, but let's say I grab some wool, I bring it into my shelter with me, I make a bed. and then I can gain some benefit from that. So maybe if I'm hurt, I can heal up 1 point of damage, which means I can just switch to peaceful mode for a minute or something. Or I can, or maybe I'll lose 1 point if I don't have a bed from the scoring system, if I use a scoring system. If I have the bed, I don't lose the -1. Although I just heard today, beds are going to be added to the game. Notch is going to add beds next Tuesday, I think. And I'm not sure what they're going to do yet, so we'll see. Number 3, all crafting and conversion requires a workbench. This means I can't craft or convert resources using my small crafting area of the backpack while traveling. It's going to force me to be more efficient, use my time better while in my shelter. And 4, I'm going to trim the season down a bit. I may cut the days down to 7, but I might increase the difficulty to hard. Or I may stick to 14 days but trim the footage down a little bit, as 11 eggs have suggested. 14 days just seems like a lot. I'm only on day 4 right now, and it's been like 2 weeks. So at this pace, it's just going to take forever. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I might combine days. Oh, and coming soon, website. I've got a website up, manversusminecraft.com, but it is a work in progress. Trail map. This is kind of cool. I'm working on it right now. It's a map that traces my steps, and I just put little dots like the Indiana Jones type map, and it shows where I've been from start to finish, and it shows where the shelter was, and I'll have little areas of interest where I had a battle or found something cool. And that's going to be up in a day or two. Bonus content. Yeah, so this could be interesting. Might make like a bonus content video, like bloopers or a montage, behind the scenes making of Man versus Minecraft, maybe music downloads. Just a little extra on the website. And an official MVM mod. Sure, if somebody wants to write that, hey, just need a programmer. This adventure mode sounds really cool. I hope Notch puts it in. But I've had pretty good feedback so far with this, and yeah, I'd love to see that happen. I know there's a lot of people out there that are redoing what I'm doing. They're taking these rules and creating them for themselves, and they're playing, and they send me the results. They tell me, oh, I died in day 5, and I tried this and that and another thing, and it's cool. I like that. So anyway, that's the video log 001. It may be certainly the first. It may be the last. I don't know. But I hope that answers some of your questions.